right, this is upper 9.3. It's a full upper body workout. Our first movement of the day is a single arm floor press, okay? So it's just basically a chest press, but when we go single arm, we can go heavier with our weight than what we could if we were doing two arms, because we can put the focus just on one arm. Okay, she's laying here, core is engaged, pelvis is tucked under, that back is nice and flat to the floor. She is stabilizing and using this floor to her advantage to help her drive that heavier weight to the other arm. Okay, elbow is out to the side, weight is up. You're just gonna drive that weight up, squeezing the chest really hard at the top, lower back down to where that elbow is right above the floor, and press back up. Okay, this is a single arm press. You're gonna alternate sides, so you're basically not gonna take a break with this one, because when one arm is working, one arm gets to rest. So your goal is just to go right arm, left arm, okay? Single arm floor press. Next, we have a reverse fly. So you need 2 dumbbells. We're gonna work the back of the shoulders, the traps, your scapula. So reverse fly, to set yourself up, shoulders are rolled back and down. And again, we engage those lats right where that bra strap hits for the females, right at the top of the rib cage for those guys. Okay, palms are facing each other. This one, we want to keep those arms nice and big, and we want to squeeze those shoulder blades back in together. Okay, nice and big. You don't want to drive with your elbows. We show that and like kind of turn it. This is incorrect. Okay, this is rowing the weight. We're trying to fly the weight. So keep the arms nice and big, elbows are soft, but big arms. Think like a bird when they're flying. That's why it's a fly. Big wings, big arms, big squeeze, okay? Reverse fly. Next is Arnold Press. Arnold Press. Okay, so we're going back to the front of the body. Arms start, elbows are up at shoulder height, abs are in nice and tight. Keep that pelvis tucked under, no arch backs when we're in this position. Then you're gonna take those weights and you're gonna rotate them and press up. And then you're gonna rotate and bring them back in. So big rotation up, big pull back in. So big squeeze, big press. Big squeeze, big press. So even bigger. Rotate out and press, rotate in and squeeze. There you go. Abs in nice and tight. Make sure, I'm gonna have you turn sideways for me. Make sure when those arms are above the head that pelvis is tucked under. You don't have an arch back, show them arch back. That is incorrect. That is putting a lot of pressure in that lower back. That's why your lower back will hurt at the end of the workout. So tuck that pelvis under, squeeze your glutes, nice and neutral, nice and controlled Arnold press, okay? All right, next is seesaw, bent over row. So again, because one arm is working and one arm is resting, you can probably go a little bit heavier with your weight than if you were pulling both arms at the same time. Shoulders are rolled back and down, lats are engaged, abs are up nice and tight. She's loaded her glutes and her hamstrings to hold a lot of the load, not her lower back. And she is gonna seesaw and pull. One arm, release. One arm, release. Abs are in nice and tight. Good. So your load should be up here and down here. Again, if it's in the lower back, sorry, you are not doing it correctly, okay? So don't, when we're right here, don't just bend forward like this and start pulling your weights, okay? That is putting a lot of the pressure in my lower back. Shoulders are back, slide those hips backwards, come here. I've got nice tension in my glutes and my hamstrings now. Pull and pull, okay? So that is your seesaw bent over row. Last and final is a hammer curl overhead press. So hammer or neutral grip, it's called tons of different things, just means neutral grip. You're gonna curl to the shoulders, drive over the head, lower back to the shoulders, slow controlled release, and lock at the bottom. Do not swing at the bottom. Show them a swing. None of that. No momentum in it whatsoever. It's a bicep curl squeeze, big drive overhead, lower down, slow tricep contraction back down to extend that arm. Okay, up. Same thing when weights are over the head, we turn sideways. Do not arch your back. Okay, again, glutes are tucked under, pelvis is in, abs are in nice and tight. She's nice and straight all the way up. She is not sticking her butt out, again, putting pressure in that lower back. Nice and tight movement. No swinging, no momentum whatsoever, okay? Hammer curl, overhead press. All right, So now we're done with the weights. We're gonna go to some body weight movements to try and finish our shoulder or upper body off. Your first one is mountain climbers, mountain climbers. Each leg is one in mountain climber position. Shoulders again are rolled back. I'm in a nice tight plank to start my position. Core's up, okay? One knee driving it into the chest, okay? That's nice and slow. That's a modified. You can run it, okay? Or take your time and walk it and go nice and slow. Just don't let your butt come up in the air. Show them your butt. Just don't start doing that as you get tired, which is what we see a lot. If you feel yourself doing that, stop and rest for a second, reset, and then come back into your reps. It's always better to do good quality reps and take longer than just try and push through with shitty reps because you're really not building anything, your strength over time doing that. Okay, so you have 50 mountain climbers. Next, we have 40 plank jacks, okay? So again, tight plank is our starting position. Shoulders are rolled back and down, elbows are locked under, core is engaged, nice and flat. We're gonna jump those feet in and out. That is full on plank jacks. Modified would be walking it, just like that, okay? Work at your level. Okay, 40 plank jacks. Next is 30 sit-ups, 30 sit-ups. So on your back, okay, chest to knees, coming up. There you go, you got 30 sit-ups. If you're not quite to a full sit-up, you can give me a crunch, which is hands above the head, chin out of the chest, pushing those shoulders off the floor, feeling that nice contraction at the top of the rib cage. All right, 30 crunches. Next, you have 20 push-ups. By now, we have done a bunch of push-ups in these workouts together, but full-on push-ups, shoulders roll back and down. Again, I start in that nice tight plank. Glutes are squeezed, quads are engaged, abs are in nice and tight, elbows are in. And I'm gonna drop straight down to the floor, elbows tight to my side, abs in. That's full-on push-up. A modified one would be to the knees. Again, make sure our hips are dropped when we're on our knees. Will you come up and show them? Push your hips back like most people do. They come back. This. Yes. This is incorrect. Okay? There's zero core engagement in this whatsoever. So make sure you shift forward. You're a nice straight line, shoulder, hip to knee. Abs are engaged. Elbows go straight back. You drop that chest to the floor. And again, third way to do it, or another modification, is lay flat to the floor. Good. Make sure you squeeze those glutes before you ever lift off the floor. Use your quads. Try and push up as one. Try not to worm up. Will you show warming up? Warming up. Okay. Try really hard not to do that. Okay. Squeeze the glutes. Try real hard and just push that whole body up as one. Good. And then lower down as one. Okay. So there's your 3 variations for push-ups. Pick whichever level it is, but gradually work on progressing to getting yourself to a full on the toe push-up. All right, last and final is 10 burpees with a push-up. So a full-on burpee looks like this. You're gonna jump up, hands go to the floor, jump your feet out. You have a push-up, jump your feet back in, and jump. That's a full burpee, okay? Modified would be walking it. Hands over the head, hands to the floor, walk your feet out, push-up, sorry, I forgot about that. There you go. Up, walk your feet in, and then jump. If you have lower back issues, you can use some sort of incline here, whether you've got a bench, a little stool, something like that, to take your hands to, instead of going all the way down to the floor. I personally, because I'm carrying such a load up front, use that as well these days, and it helps to take some of the pressure off of that lower back. So if you've got any lower back issues going on, I definitely recommend doing those on some sort of an incline. It will help tremendously. And that is your workout for upper body.